Hartelijk welcome, dames en heren. So today I will speak about how to strengthen frontline workers and improve hospitality. I guess there are not that many managers here today. Mostly it's frontline workers, but yes, okay. But anyway, I will talk to you managers especially today, because I know what the frontline workers are thinking, and I would like to share a little bit of that with you. I'm pretty sure that if you're a manager here, many managers, this is from my experience working with tourist offices, many managers criticize a lack of motivation in their frontline workers. I will not ask you now if you are one of them, because if your frontline workers are here, they will stare at you at the moment. And if you think they have a lack of motivation and you criticize them, you can be sure that they do the same with you. And maybe they're right. Let me ask you another question. Can you please raise your hand and indicate where is north? Raise your hand. Show me where's north. North. Where is north? I don't see hands. What about over there? Where's north? There, 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 here, there? Okay. I think we have a problem. Actually, you should know where north is, and translate it to your company. It means you should know which is the spirit you want to implement in your company. Yeah? Which is a spirit in which you think your frontline workers and your employees should follow you. You should make sure that you know where north is, and that your employees know where north is. That they follow you. And if they don't know, you show them. And if they don't understand, you explain them. And maybe you find out together where north is. So what I'm talking about is, where is the motivation coming from your employees are working in? Which is the motivation? You need motivated frontline workers in order to give a good service to the customer. That's obvious. But if they are not that motivated as you would like them to be, whose fault is that? Who is responsible for that? Well, the first thing ever is choosing the right people. Choosing the right people is an art. It's real art. Because very often, for the front lines people, especially in TICs, the people who are chosen for the front line in tourism is people who study tourism, people who have knowledge about the city, people who know what they're speaking about, who speak languages, and so on. Forget about all that. The most important thing is that the people you employ have a high level of empathy. That's the most important thing. All the rest, it's nice to have, and you can learn it. You can learn a language, you can learn a knowledge about your city. That's important, of course. But if you don't have empathy skills, you will be a problem for the company. So choosing the right people is an art. Let me tell you a short story about what I experienced with my frontline workers. Once I was looking for new people. I was in a hurry because it was in front of the football World Championship, and I needed a lot of people. I had not much time to select, and there was this one young guy coming from Spain. So he was very charming, smiling. He was like just a person you would like to speak to be with, and so on. A problem was he could hardly speak German. His German was very bad. He could communicate, but his German was very bad. And he had no idea of Berlin practically. He didn't know anything. Well, he the typical little bit tourist knowledge, but for Berlin you need to know a lot of things. So he was so dedicated to work with me. He said, please, let me work with you. I need that. I want that. I was working in a tourist office of my little hometown. I want that. I need it. I will do good, you will see. He was so eager to work with me. And I said, okay, well, maybe I give it a try, because I'm in a need, yeah, and I like the way you're approaching the job. So I gave him 2 books, guide books for Berlin, and I gave him some tickets to make guided tours, and I said, okay, come back in 4 weeks, and we will see if we can work together. And he came back in 4 weeks, and I employed him, and he did the best job ever. He was the best medewerker I have ever had working, and he was even the best salesperson. He improved his German, but if he didn't understand, he just talked to everybody with his hands, because you need more than German, yeah? You need English, Spanish, French, Italian, whatever, yeah? You can do that with your hand, even if you don't speak it. So the most important thing is that you have empathy skills. Why is it so important that people have empathy skills, that they're people person? Because people trigger emotions like nobody else can. Nobody can. No machine, no application. You can cause emotions with applications and with pictures and so on. Of course you can. But the biggest and deepest emotions are caused by people. And they can be positive and negative. And the managers are always afraid that the emotions their medewerkers cause are negative. They fear that they are negative. Yeah? So you should make sure that you know what's going on your Bali. This is why emotions are so important, because with emotions you can make people hate your city. Yeah? I'm pretty sure you have had this kind of experience, yeah? Or what Evita said, people telling different things. When I was going out of the workshops I've done, it was always quite late to visit something, because most of the places close at 5. Because I have a thing going on with your belfries. I want to see them, yeah? I love them. So I was running to the belfries, and then there was this guy saying, I'm sorry, we're going to close. You're late. Yeah, but I didn't know. It's written everywhere. You just need to read in the internet. You can get your information. It's closed, I'm sorry. And another day, I went to another belfry, and there was another guy. And this guy said, I'm so sorry, I need to close. I can't do anything for you, it's too late, I'm sorry. But you know what? Have you been behind the belfry, going this tiny little road? Have a look there, make a little stroll, and you watch the facades. It's a very special road, and you will enjoy it very much. And then at the end of the road, you will see a little bar where you can have a pre-drink before you have your dinner. I was like, maybe I do that. And I was in a good mood. I liked that. Yeah? It's the way you approach the people, the way you talk to them, whether you are into them to enjoy their day or not. This is why you need to have empathy skills and be a people person. You need to want to do that. So, if you have the right people, and they have the right mindsets, and they are empathic and people's person, and they are still demotivated. It happens, and it happens a lot, and it's a pity that it happens. Where does the information of the medewerkers at the Bali come from? Actually, of all people come from. It's widely believed that it's money, what is most important to the people, but it's not. Money ranks on a 0.5 or 6 on a scale of 10 in what people need for being motivated. So the highest motivation is having an impact on your workplace. The highest motivation is being able to make changes, control your workplace, have to be given responsibility, to be given ownership. This is what motivates people to go on and to do a good job. And there's something which is very important for that. It's information. When I go to tourist offices, they always tell me, we don't know why this is like that. We would like to change it, but we don't know. And nobody listens to us. Information is very important. There's one thing when I go to tourist offices and when I work with tourist offices, all over Europe, they're telling me the same. They're saying, we feel like the fifth wheel on the car of the company. They feel that nobody listens to them, nobody appreciates them, nobody sees them. They're just there. They do their job. And this actually leads to a lack of information. And if they don't have lack of motivation. And if they don't have the right information, how do you want them to be motivated? You need to make sure that the information in the company flows from both sides. Yeah? Actually, who is making the decisions on the products in your company? It's the people on the top, right? It's the people in the marketing department and the product department and so on. And who has the most and valuable information about your customers' needs? It's the people at the Bali. But what happens is the people at the Bali are not involved in the product development. Yeah? Nobody asks them. So how will you ever develop good products? And how will you ever expect that your people sell it with passion? Huh? The people who do it, it's often not done with bad intention. Yeah? Many managers try to protect their people from overwhelming them with information. Yeah? They don't need to know that for their job. It's just too much. They already need to know so much. Yeah? But in the end, what happens is that your media workers will always think that you hide something from them. If they read something in the newspapers they didn't know, they will think you don't trust them. I have no official data, but from working with tourist information offices, my experience is, that's my guess, that it's a 70% of all the information of the tourist offices, of the media workers in the Bali, is not used. 70%. I swear that this is what I think it is, what is real, is what I live. Huh? It cost me in my former department, it cost me 5 years to make sure that my media workers from the Bali would be implemented in the product development. Not me. They wanted me. No, not me. You need to have my people to talk to you. You need to be able to ask them. And if you ask them, make sure that they have time to answer. Because very often they are asked in the middle of their work, and they're like, okay, what do you think about the product? Just give me an answer. I need it until 12 o'clock. Huh? Give them time to think about it. Give them time to reflect. And ask them during the year, make it a constant thing to get this information. If you don't get this information, this is harmful to your company. Definitely harmful. No professional company can actually allow to do that, but this is what happens. So make sure that you get this information and make sure that also your people get the information they know. How will they sell your products? How will they be passionate for what you do, for the measurements you take, if they don't get the right information? Usually what happens if you open a new tourist office is you engage a designer, an architect. Yeah? You fly somewhere and look at new tourist offices. You say, oh, that's good, we will do that. Nobody asks the media workers. And in my experience, the managers, they are widely afraid of their media workers at the Bali. They think they are complaining, they are not unternehmensminded. Yeah? Need to speak Dutch in order to remember English. So they're not company-minded. They have not a good judgment. So how will they have a good judgment if they don't have all the information? And later, you put them a brand new tourist information office, and they're like, we're going to work there, are you sure? Did you know did this, and did you know did that? And did you notice what the customer will do? Blah, blah, blah. And says, you see, I knew it, they will be complaining. I knew that they will be complaining. Of course they are complaining, because they're not stupid. You should implement them from the beginning and trust their judgment and take them with you on the journey to where you want to go. Yeah? It's hard for them to make these changes. I know that. And in my trainings, I speak with them about not being afraid of changes, make changes themselves. This is a very high skill you need to have as a media worker at the Bali. You need to be able to make changes. Yeah? A lifelong learning attitude, being curious. about new things going on, because nothing is changing so quickly like the tourism, and especially the tourism offices. There are constant changes going on. So you need to be open to this. Take ownership. This is a buzzword right now. Yeah? Take ownership. Everybody wants everybody to take ownership in the companies. But let's face it, what does it really mean, take ownership? Yeah? And it's just the same as I already told you with the information. How can I take ownership about something I don't understand, I don't agree with? How will I take ownership? Never, ever I will do that, because I have not been part of it. Yeah? So it starts before. It starts with implementing your people, giving them ownership, giving them trust. Trust is a very, very powerful tool. You should use that. If you don't trust your mitarbeiters, how should they trust you? If they think you're hiding information from them, how should they trust you? Yeah? If you think they don't give a good judgment, how will they take ownership? Actually, you need to make sure that the people working at the barley are worth the money you're investing, because if not, you can just give the people an app. Yeah? But for that, you have to invest in them. And first, you have to invest trust. Trust is about letting go, giving people the possibility to commit failures, to do things wrong. We all do things wrong. We learn from that. Yeah? Don't be afraid of give trust to your barley workers. I work with all of them, and I can tell you they're so customer-minded. You will not believe it. And that's the actual problem. They are so customer-minded that they forget the Unternehmens Sicht, yeah? The view of the company. Because they are not involved. They don't know where you're going. They don't know what you want. Maybe they get a paper where it's written on. Yeah? But they are not really involved. This is what mostly happens. So it's because they are not asked, they go in opposition. It's because they are not involved that they are demotivated. It's because they are not given ownership that they don't take it. For ownership, actually, appreciation is key. I work a lot about appreciation and appreciation tools in my workshops. Appreciating each other in order to have a good team spirit. But it also goes with the boss. If you don't appreciate the people who work for you with your customer, the first face your customer sees, how will you ever expect that they will treat your customer just like you want them to treat the customer? They will treat the customer just like you treat them. That's a natural law. Huh? It's very important. Appreciation is key, because appreciation is what we harvest, what we sow. Yeah? What you bring in, you get out. You need to start first as a manager. Sometimes if people are really desperate about their manager, they start you start. You need to lead your boss. You need to give him appreciation. Maybe he opens towards you. This is maybe a first start, and it can be a very powerful start. Yeah? If your manager is afraid of you, show him that he doesn't need to be afraid of you, or show him that you're interested. There's a very nice saying I like very, very much. It is from the famous German writer Johann Wolfgang von Goethe, and this saying is, if you take people for what they are, you make them smaller. And if you take people for what they could be, you make them bigger. And appreciation always leads to greatness. People glow, they start blooming. It's incredible. If you tell them, I know you will do that, just do it. The way you think this is right, I trust you. And you are not behind them controlling everything they do, yeah? Correcting every email they write. Then it's real appreciation. And if you don't have a line of appreciation running through your company like a red line, and everybody is involved and everybody sings in the same spirit, if you don't have that, if you don't trust your people, this is absolutely undermining the spirit of hostmanship. Yeah, I know that my colleague, next speaker, will speak about hostmanship. I'm pretty sure he will agree with me. And then there's another thing, education. Education is another very important key. Why that? You need to educate your people in order to bring them to a higher level. But it's not about just the next sales training. Yeah? It's about how can I stand in my job? What can I bring into my company? And go to a next level. And there, then you need them to think by themselves. Ask them what kind of course or what kind of training they would like to have. Maybe they want to have a language training. Maybe they want to learn another language. Even if it's Russian, even if it's Swahili, yeah, let them do that. Let them do that, because it opens their mind. You will be surprised what a change will go on among them. Of course you don't need Swahili, yeah? Of course not, but it's a sign of appreciation. Yes, I want you to improve. I want you to do something which you think is good also for the company. But you will see, they will not learn Swahili. Most of them will learn Spanish, Italian, whatever Scandinavian languages, Turkish, I don't know. And ask them what kind of training they would like to have. They need to decide. They need to be happy about it. Ask them if they want an intercultural training, which is very important now in tourism, to deal with different customers and not stand there and say, oh, not that Asian again. I hate the Asian. This is what I heard a lot. I hate the Asians. Gosh. And everybody agreed. The Asians, my God. Yeah? You never know what they want. Yeah, you need to understand what's going on with that people. Why are they like they are? And who are you for them? How do they look at you? Yeah? And that's actually why the trainings of Kunststätten, they were so valuable, and the whole program of Kunststätten is so valuable. And it's such a success among the participants. Yeah? Not among the politicians, yes, but among the participants, it was a success. Yeah? Because it was really ready-made for the people working at the Bali, for their needs. What do they need? They want exchange. We tried to make them feel that they are part of something bigger. I encourage them to go to other tourist offices, visit each other, shake hands. Hello, I'm working for Mechelen. Yeah, have you been part of the same program? Yeah, maybe we can talk like, what is your problem? Yeah, or maybe we can, what shall I recommend? If I have people coming from Bruges or whatever, what shall I recommend? So being part of something bigger, not just Kunststätten, yeah, not just Flandern, not just Belgium, being part of a whole tourism industry and not just feeling like a fifth wheel on the car. Yeah? I show them how to have an impact in the company. I show them how to speak with appreciation with their customers, with their team players, with their boss, and with themselves. Yeah? And to understand what's going on in a bigger picture. You need to understand that this is the kind of things they need. They need your appreciation. They make sure that they treat your customer just like you treat them. So it should be the right way. Make sure that they go on another level, and make sure they get all the information they need in order to do a good job and use the information. This is actually my message. Thank you very much.